Hello friends, I'm here again with the theme 3 class 12 history part 1 book, that is the themes of Indian history. I'm taking here once again the flowchart method to summarize the entire chapter, and the chapter is already divided into 3 parts, that is kinship, caste and class. And again the sources are very important always, so we are taking the sources. And what are they? There are two types of sources. One is textual and another is archaeological evidences. In textual we have Rigveda, Dharam Sutras and Dharam Shastras, and foreign travelers accounts like Payan and Huinsang, and we have Mahabharata stories and Manusmriti. In archaeological evidences we have buildings, coins and sculptures. These are very important sources, and the questions are always asked in the board regarding the sources. So first point we'll take up, that is kinship. In this video I am only focusing on the kinship title. Why this title is given by the authors of this book? Because they are actually talking about the relations during the period of 600 BC to 600 CE, because there are many texts available in which the kings and the elite people, their life are mentioned, but nothing is written on the ordinary people. So the authors are actually wanted to know, especially historians are wanted to know how the ordinary people used to live, how they behave. So they are chosen this word kinship to give the entire information of the relations or kinfolk in this chapter. Relations build up through the family network. There are two family network style or ideas. One is patrilineal and the second is matrilineal. Patrilineal, descendant from the father to son to grandson, just like in dynastical succession we can see these examples. For example, from Chandragupta Maurya to Bindusara, Ashoka, and to Ashoka to Mahendravarman. That is the dynastical succession under the rule of patrilineal. Then we have matrilineal. When the descendants traced through the mother side, we call it matrilineal. And the biggest example for this is Satvahana's rulers. And their names were Gautami Putra, Shri Shatkarni and Vashishti Putra. They used their mother's name for their identification. Now there are some rules of patrilineal. What are they? They are: son could claim the sources or resources of their father. Ruling dynasties followed this system according to Dharam Shastras and Dharam Sutras. Ruling dynasty follow the patrilineal system. If there is no son or son or successor, so the brother or any kinman, any relative can claim the property of that ruling dynasty, even the throne. There were no claims of daughters in patrilineal system. So that is very important point, that in patrilineal no claims of daughters are there on the parental property. So what was the position of daughters? They were to be married. They were to be married at right time with right person. And Kanyadan was the ritual or practice done by the family. That is, Kanyadan means gift of a daughter, and every father thought it is his religious duty to perform this ritual. So daughters were to be married only. And the very important aspect of this chapter is types of marriage. How many types of marriage were there? According to Dharam Shastras and Dharam Sutras, there were 8 types of marriages. 4 considered as good and 4 are condemned by the Brahmanas who were having the domination in the society, and in Dharam Sutras and Dharam Shastras also they are condemned. 4 good marriages, and they were: first one, exogamy. What was that? That was outside the kin. That means which marriage is done out of the relations or out of the family network, that is known as exogamy. Second was endogamy, that is within the unit. That means kinship or the relatives in caste or in same locality. Third was polygamy, that means man having several wives. You will have the various examples from the Indian text or especially mythological text for this. And the fourth was polyandry. Fourth was polyandry, where women having several husbands. And the greatest example of this is from Mahabharata, and that is Draupadi. That is why in this chapter, various examples are taken from Mahabharata. So the next very important rule of the family at that time, which was followed by the society, and it was thoroughly checked by even the Brahmins, and it is a codified system in our Dharam Shastras and Dharam Sutras, and that is the Gotra. Gotra means the people, the entire people of the society classified in Gotra. And these Gotras were named after the Vedic seed. We call them Vedic Rishis. And there were 2 rules in this Gotra. One was that women to give up their father's Gotra and adopted their husband's Gotras after marriage. Okay? And the next one was no marriage in the same Gotra. These rules were followed strictly by the people in that period, and the Dharam Sutras and Dharam Shastras and Brahmanical texts prove this very much, and they ensure this that this should followed by the family, and these things are still followed in our present society. So this was the kinship. I'm just summarizing this up to this point, that is kinship. In the next class, I will take the second part of this chapter, that is caste. So till then, thank you.